Dear students, welcome to Sia's digital classes. Today let us discuss about Bayes theorem. So Bayes theorem is very important in our syllabus. So definitely Bayes theorem or its problem you can expect in the exam. So let us discuss what is that actually. Bayes theorem. Bayes is a person, on his name they have given as Bayes theorem for us. So Bayes theorem got its name from the British mathematician Thomas Bayes. So Thomas Bayes is the name of the scientist or mathematician. So in 1763 he has given this one for us. So Bayes theorem deals with the revising of priori probability by making use of new information for calculating posterior probabilities. So here two new words we have heard, that is priori as well as posterior. So prior is nothing but before value, like you should inform prior they'll call, right? So prior notice should be given, they'll be telling, right, what that means, before only. So before values we'll have here, and posterior after values also we have. So in Bayes theorem what we get is connected values, like before values and after values. Before values if you don't have, we can use the information, we can get before values in this is like year, last year values and this year values with the next year values if you want to compare, or the data, like different types of data we have and we need to find out the connection for the previous and the next years, like that if you have, in such situations Bayes is useful. So prior means previous values, all the before values whatever you have you can predict also using the previous values, future values also you can predict, like that. So prior and posterior values we can identify here or we can use for the particular situations. So that's what they have given in this Bayes theorem. So let us check it out that how it goes on. It is also known as rule for the inverse probability. So one more name we have as rule for inverse probability, because we'll reverse the probabilities to get our prior values. So they have given one more title here. So in other words, priori probabilities are revised or converted into posterior probabilities using new information in Bayes theorem. The same thing, to get a prior values or to get a posterior values, we'll just convert or revise the values. Revised values we'll consider. So we'll call it as inverse probability also. So now let us check it out how it goes on. So the probabilities of event before collection of new information is known as priori probabilities. So what they are telling here, the probabilities of event before collection of the new information. So whenever you want to collect the new information, so that we call as prior information or prior probabilities. So whereas posterior probabilities are the revised prior probabilities. So prior probabilities, if you revise it, that is your posterior probabilities they are telling here. For that, inverse probability we call. So it is also known as inverse or revised probabilities. So that's what it means. So now let us check it out how it goes on. Here you have check it out, arrangement how it goes on, or how Bayes theorem formula is established. Let us check it out here. So I am considering some events here, A1, A2, A3, so on up to AN are mutually exclusive and collective exhaustive events. So some events I am considering. Remember what are events? Events are the outcomes of an experiment. So like if you consider tossing of coin. Whenever you toss a coin, that doing tossing that coin is experiment. I'm trying to do some work. So that is experiment. So what happens if I toss a coin? Either I get head or tail, right? So that is your event, outcome of a random experiment is event. So here I am considering some of the events, some of the outcomes of some experiment. So that events are again mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive events. We discussed earlier what are mutually and independent or exhaustive events. So all different definitions we have revised already. So check it out that sessions to know what is mutually exclusive properly. So generalizedly, let me remind again. So generalized version of mutual exclusive is nothing but if one appears, the other will not be. Like tossing of a coin, if a head appears, is there any chance for tail to appear? No, no. So that is mutually exclusive. One appears, the other doesn't have any chance. So that is your mutually exclusive. And exhaustive means all the happenings, all the events together if you consider. So that is your exhaustive events. So I am considering such events here. Then P of E1, P of A2, so on up to P of AN are the priori probabilities. So events I have considered, to that I am applying probabilities. Such probabilities I am calling it as prior probabilities. So already I have in my hand. Now B is an event such that P of B is not equal to 0. That is not considered as 0. My probability I am not considering it as 0. Whose conditional probabilities are represented as P of B given A. So Bayes theorem, we need to know the Bayes theorem, we need conditional probabilities also. So let me revise that also. Conditional probability is nothing but B by A1 I have here, right? What that means is A1 information already I have in my hand. That's what is your prior probability. So A1 data or A1 answers I have in my hand, that I'll utilize to obtain my B event. So I'm considering new event, new outcome. To get that outcome, I'll utilize already happened outcomes already I have in my hand, that is your A1. So whenever such situations are there, we'll go for conditional probability. So here B by A1 is nothing but A1 used to get B. So that is your conditional probability. Similarly, all other conditional probabilities I am considering. Now let us use all this information to get our Bayes theorem. So it should be noted that conditional probabilities are known with the help of this data. We have to calculate posterior probabilities. So what we considered prior probabilities we have, conditional probabilities we have, utilize them to get our posterior probabilities. So here goes our formula. So P of AI by B means to get AI different types of events of A. Now I am using B. So given also we can call, or by B. So it goes like this: probability of AI intersection B by summation I is equal to 1 to n AI intersection B. Means here combinations, intersection, remember intersection means both the combinations should be there. Same like in set A, whatever the values you have, in set B, the same values if you have, that particular values we call intersection. So together we'll consider both, like if we take Venn diagram, if this is the Venn diagram AB, so this part is intersection. A values, B values should go inside that particular values we call intersection. So upside probability of AI intersection B, downside all the combinations like that, whatever the intersections will happen, AI, right? So A, different A's we have, A1, A2, A3, so on. So all the combinations if you add up with intersection B, that is your formula. So that one here again we can redefine that as AI intersection B, we can rewrite it as probability of B given AI into P of AI. So this is the formula, or simply one more formula they defined, that is P of AI by B is equal to P of AI intersection B by P of B. Means if you want AI combinations as an output, the prior probabilities B we have in our hand, utilize them, its intersections you consider, divided by all the probabilities of B you consider, you will get your formula. So this is your Bayes theorem formula. So all the combinations whatever they'll give in the question, all that you can frame and you can utilize further to get our answers. So this is your Bayes theorem. Hope you have understood how the Bayes theorem goes on. Now some applications are also there here. So let us discuss how the Bayes theorem applications will go on. So here, check it out. We have the posterior probabilities can be known by revising priori probabilities with the help of new information. So the same thing, what the point just now we discussed, the same thing here we have. So prior probabilities will get using the new information whatever available for us. Next application we have the probability of occurrence of future events can be known by Bayes theorem. Yes, obviously the posterior values is nothing but the future values. So that we can happily get to through this your priori values. So that is your future events. Then third point we have the powerful statistical tools are being offered. So different tools, whatever the statistical ways are there, that is utilized here they are telling. Next, last one, the Bayes theorem helps the business and management executives to take effective decisions in certain situations. Yes, obviously, because we can predict the future values using Bayes theorem. So the business people who are doing some business or management people, they can analyze how the future things goes on using this Bayes theorem. So it is very useful for them. They are telling in this point. So Bayes theorem is also known as probability of causes, because many things we can discuss through this, or we can try to find out its results. So probability of causes, we are giving the title for that. So as it helps in determining probabilities. So that is how the Bayes theorem applications are there. So hope you have understood this Bayes theorem and its application. See you all in the next session. Thank you.